Hello, everyone, here playing Farming Simulator 22, and welcome back to the 36X Spring Creek map. And oh my goodness, you folks, guess what time it is here? We are now into the month of October. Since last episode, obviously skipped a couple of months here, which also reminds me we got some crops to be sold here as well. We'll have to get that done here this episode as well. So yeah, now to the month of October, Evan. If we check the map here, the rest of our fields are now ready to harvest. And when I say the rest of the fields, Evan, I should also say our big fields are ready to harvest here at this point. So 384, 383, and 386. I would argue maybe the exception of 388. 388 might be a little bit bigger than 384. Hard to say. They're probably about the same. But 383 and 386 definitely are our large fields. No doubt, Evan. They are huge. So, and speaking of huge, Evan, if we're going to start off with the big fields, let's just start with the big one, right? Actually, the reason I'm starting off with the big one, Evan, is, the combines are set up with the Draper heads at the moment. So it's might as well just start off with the soybeans here. So we got a field of corn. That is 386, I believe. 383 is soybeans, and then 384, if I'm getting my field numbers right, that's the one over there. That one is the sunflowers. And of course, corn and sunflowers, those both need the 12 row. Well, they need a corn, put it that way. Not necessarily 12 row, just they need a corn head, right? So, figure we'll do the soybeans here first, Evan. Then we'll get set up and run the corn and the sunflowers. I'm not sure exactly which order next, but we'll do those next after this sunflower field. Also, it's probably safe to say, Evan, this harvest might take a while, Evan. So sit tight, grab some popcorn, maybe a couple of days worth here to see once. I think it's probably safe to say, Evan, we will probably be harvesting this field for the rest of the week. We'll see once here, but yeah, I'm sure this harvest is going to take a while. Speaking of taking a while, too, we'll have to definitely bring the mother bin over here, Evan. And I don't remember, do I have a course play course for this field? You know what? I think I do have one, but I don't think it's been updated when we plowed it. So let's check this here a minute. Yeah. I've got a course play course, Evan, but you know what? I can probably, if I load the course, I think it loads pretty quick, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Yeah, like I said, Evan, you can see this part of the field here. In fact, if I bring up the big map, no. How do I get this on the big map again? Oh, yeah, okay, that's the one. Yep. So on the big map here, you can see, that part there, we deleted that part of the field, Evan. We rounded this part of the field off. I think we even rounded that little section off there, too, if I remember correctly. Did the same thing up there. Well, after we're done with harvesting, we'll probably do some more of that as well, by the way. So anyway, we definitely need to generate another course here. Let's hope this doesn't take for long. Oh, am I not on the field? I'm not considered on the field enough, am I? Okay. Again, you have to be on the field to generate the course, Evan. So, 2 tools. Let's try to stick with one headland because that'll generate quicker, and we're going to do no bypass. There are islands in the field yet, but this might generate fairly quickly. Evan, last time I did this field here, it didn't take that long to generate this course, so let's see if we can get away with that here this episode. If not, I might have to pause the video here a minute and wait for that to generate. Of course, once it is done generating, we'll make sure we save it. Again, if you've seen, I set it up with 2 tools. At least, yeah, I think I got that right? I did 2 tools, not 2 headlands, right? So yeah, 1 headland, making 2 passes, 2 combines, Evan. I figure that should be enough space to turn around here, hopefully. If it didn't take so long to generate, I probably would have done, yeah, that wasn't too bad. I probably would have done 2 headlands, but I don't want to wait that long. So, first waypoint, drive the course. Oh, yeah, we'll, yeah, you know what? I should probably just unload these right away because I'm going to need a grain cart. Speaking of unloading, Evan, I've got all our crops here that we didn't sell from last episode sitting here waiting to be sold. Again, we're just straight up selling the crops, Evan. I'm not doing any storage of crops here on this map. It's just such a big map, Evan. And the storage facility we have is just a couple of bins with an auger. And yes, I'm well aware of it. I could put down a different setup, but it's you know what? We'll just straight up sell and be done with it. We got plenty of money coming in here, Evan. And that is, by the way, why I waited till the month of October here. If I would have sold in, I think it was August we were in. August was the worst time to sell, right? It did not get much worse than August. Well, we'll at least wait till October, and then still not great, but it's at least better, right? If you check our price fluctuations here for wheat, August we're down Actually, August, I guess, was a little better. Or was it July? Whatever it was. You know, October, we're at least, you know, halfway up or so. December would be better, but I'll take what I can get. $84,000, not too shabby. Got 2 more trucks and another grain cart to unload there. And of course, the plan is that we'll get the mother bin set up over here as well. We'll see once how that works. I'm hoping I can integrate the mother bin in with our trucks. Speaking of the trucks, it should be pretty straightforward there for the trucks. I'll just start them up. We have an auto drive course for Field 383. So just a matter of once we unload them. Actually, you know, I could probably even have auto drive unloaded too if I wanted to have one. But we'll probably do the unloading ourselves, then we'll just start auto drive up. And then, yeah, course play will be running the grain cart here, by the way. This is my tentative plan here at this point. Okay, we're just going to start you. Oh, you need to be, select our field. That would probably help. Field position. Yeah, that one. And start. Again, I keep saying this, everyone. For those of you maybe have never used course play because you think it is too complicated or too hard to learn, if you ask me, Evan, now's like the best time you've ever had to learn course play because it has gotten really simple. You've seen what I just did for getting course play to unload a combine, Evan. Literally, what was it? One button click. Oh, it's not going to show it to me now because I'm already on it. Okay, well, anyway, you know what? If we stop them, it should redo it. One button click. Click your field position. Click on your field. It should highlight. It's already done, so it's not going to let me, you know, escape out of that. Start your, you know, hit the green triangle there. Literally all you have to do. I mean, like, it doesn't get any simpler. And then, of course, this really isn't part of course play, but the last thing you have to do is, like, park a truck near the field or on the field. Yeah, that's really not a course play thing per se. That's just something you need to have something near the field that can be unloaded into. Really? Why do I need to have the truck on to unload? That is... Okay, whatever. Speaking of auto drive, by the way, we need to set you to field 383. Once we're done unloading here, we'll turn them on, I think. Is this going the right direction? Ew, it is not. Okay. Well, before we start them, we'll get them going the right direction here. Looks like we just need to pull forward a little bit on that line there. We should be good. 147,000. There we go. I think the truck unloaded faster than the grain cart did. Well, that's probably not too far from the truth. Okay, field 383, sell point, wheat. Yep. Of course, when it comes to auto drive, that wheat setting really doesn't particularly matter. Change the same setting there as well. 383, sell point. And we got wheat in the other grain. Yeah, I think that's wheat, right? Yep. I think it's wheat in the other grain cart as well. We'll get that sold here once we're done with this. And we'll bring that grain cart, and we'll grab the other combine, too. I think I put the other combine in the shed here already. Look at me, putting stuff away. Wow. What's this world coming to? Ooh, before we forget, too, we need to check. What is our planting count? Oh, I'm already past it, huh? Yeah, okay. I got to remember that. September is when we can plant wheat and barley, and canola is actually August if we wanted to plant. So no canola here again. I wasn't really planning on planting any anyway, but worth noting if we do want to plant some, I need to make sure we do that in August or September. Okay. And then the last tractor and grain cart here moment. And again, as a reminder, we are using the tracked machines here for our grain cart duty oven. If we use any of our wheeled machines, then they just get a little bit too wide here for the grain cart. And course play is already struggling, even with the smaller headers, Evan. Courseplay is still struggling a little bit to unload those combines here. Just, again, the unload pipe on the New Holland combines is not long enough for the 45 or even the 41-foot header for Courseplay, unfortunately. Again, you know, it isn't so bad if I take the job over, but for Courseplay, unfortunately, yeah, it wants a little extra space. Courseplay is very claustrophobic, apparently, or something. Or I could also say, you know, Courseplay is aware of your personal space, and Courseplay tries not to encroach upon the combine's personal space. How about that one? Yeah. Part of it, too, I think I went Courseplay, at least it seems like anyway. I'm not sure, you know, exactly what the coding is looking for of them, but it feels like it is trying to unload in the center of the grain cart typically. You know, if Courseplay was maybe willing to unload a little bit closer to the edge here, probably would help as well. You know, you wouldn't have to get quite so close to the combine, but like I said, I think Courseplay usually tries to aim for the center, which, you know, it's a good spot to unload into, everyone. You know, if you're unloading on this edge all the time, you're going to leave a lot of space up over here that, yeah, you're just not going to fill the grain cart up real well. So unloading in the center is definitely ideal, but... Okay, once we're to the field, is there... I guess we'll get this grain cart going here as well. We only got the one combine running on this field at the moment. And it's soybeans, too, and so, you know, like, soybeans, not a very high-yielding crop. Speaking of not very high-yielding, we should get out and check and see how we're doing here as far as our yields go. Oh, looks like we're unloading already. Very, very nice. Okay, so, you know, again, for those of you who maybe never used Courseplay before, again, you think it's too hard to use, you know, we haven't used any Courseplay yet on here, but like we just drove to the field. Like that was not Courseplay. You know, open up the Courseplay window here. You can try just clicking the start button, Evan, but more than likely he's probably going to too far from the field because he doesn't have the right field selected. About a 50, maybe I shouldn't say 50-50. It's less than 50-50. Maybe about 10% of the time. You don't have to do this, but usually what you have to do, Evan, you click that little bullseye there, whatever you want to call that, then you just got to select your field. So field position here, boom, click on your field, get out of that, start them. Like that's as hard as it gets for unloading combines with Courseplay. Now, if you're going to use auto drive them, well, unfortunately, oh, you know what? And then speaking of which, I need to go back to the combine here because I need to save this course yet. I did not do that, did I? Shame on me. I think I need to have him stopped to do this. Well, maybe not, maybe not. What was the width on that head? I'm going to call it 41 feet. How about that? Save course. Activate. Field 383. Yes. It still feels very funny. I've been typing in field 383. 41 feet times 2 harvest. And this was just my naming sequence I've kind of like developed over the years, everyone. Years of playing with Courseplay. What I like to do, give it the field number, field 383. Give it the width of the implement I'm using. So, and keep in mind that when it comes to these widths, everyone, you know, if you have a 15-meter cultivator and a 15-meter planter, they're both the same width. Courseplay doesn't care, everyone, so you can use the same course. In this case, 41 feet, it's kind of specific to the combine probably, so I don't know if we have anything else that's like exactly that width. And then times 2, so we're running 2 of them. And then what I initially created the course for. So if I was creating it for a cultivating course, Evan, I would like put cultivating behind it or plowing behind it. But again, that's just my personal preference. So, and before I forget it, let's hop out here and see how we're looking on yield here. 98% of it, 98%. So according to our yield information, everyone, did I see 99 there? No, I think 98. Okay, thought I seen 99 there for a moment, but oh, 92. Whoa, what happened here? Oh, there we go. 92, huh? I'm curious. Okay. Can we find what... Where am I? I'm down here. Okay. What is wrong right there? Please wait while I zoom in. You can actually zoom in a fair amount. Still really blurry, though, right? Soil type. That is not loading from the looks of it. Oh, wait, what? That's not the right word. What in the world? Let's try actually zooming in on our field. That's kind of weird. Yeah. I don't know why it's, oh, nitrogen. Okay. That shouldn't matter because we're soybeans, Evan, so nitrogen shouldn't matter. pH. Oh, I wonder, is our pH? Oh, so the pH is good. Huh. I don't know what do we got 92% here for? Is there weeds here? Or maybe I should rephrase that. Was there weeds here? Because I believe we killed all the weeds. It doesn't really look like it. Aim for one of these darker sections of weeds here. See if that matters or not. Here we go. Didn't look like it was that far away on the map, everyone. But, you know, again, 36x map, everyone. So, 92% over here. Okay. I'm going to guess that is probably because of our weeds, Evan, that took down our yield. So if we get out of the weeds, yeah, then we're back up to 98. Oh, 100. Okay, well, 115, 122% there. Yeah, probably the weeds, unfortunately, are taking us down a few percentage points, even though we sprayed the weeds, Evan. Now, I've never taken the time to confirm this, but I've always been told, Evan, like when it comes to weeds, as soon as you have weeds in your field, even though you spray them, you've lost your yield. So, your best bet, you know, like if you don't want to lose yield, Evan, is you want to get rid of the weeds right away before they even show up. So, pre-emergence and or, in our case, we did a lot of plowing, which we plowed that field, Evan, so I'm not sure what happened there. When you plow the field, you want that header still. Not trying to give you folks whiplash here, but just happen to notice that header's sitting there. Let's get rid of that header. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we do have two corn heads. I don't remember if we did or not. We do. Speaking of corn heads and combines, everyone, what do you folks think if I maybe purchase maybe one or two more combines? I know I said I wasn't going to make this series crazy, Evan, but, well, let's face it, we are playing on a 36x map, and the fields aren't exactly small. And you know what we should do, Evan, is we should go check and see how long it says it's going to take to harvest this field with Courseplay. Courseplay should have that number by now, I would think. Usually takes a couple minutes. Courseplay doesn't show you that number right away, Evan. Once it starts going, then that number pops up. And again, keep in mind with that number, everyone, on the combines here, that number is only true if these combines, like, stay moving constantly, which I think you folks probably know with combines, at least in the game here, that typically doesn't happen. Like, Courseplay is going to be doing some starting and stopping and waiting. So, we are going to have to wait for Courseplay to be unloaded, undoubtedly, at some point. As good a job as what Courseplay might do, and I don't think Courseplay is going to get it perfect for keeping the combines unloaded, unfortunately. And that's, of course, barring any problems we might have as well, which never have problems with Courseplay, of course, right, Evan? No. Courseplay never has problems. Yeah, who am I kidding? And folks are worried about AI taking over the world. Yep. Okay. Get rid of that course. I don't know what that is, but we don't need it. And we're going to want to go load up. Field 383, 41 foot load course. Activate. First waypoint. Running to the right. Oh, Courseplay's made this so much easier too when it comes to running multiple pieces of equipment, everyone. It used to be back in the day you had to do all the math and figure it out. And then they came up with this system where just, you know, one to the right, one to the left, two to the right, two to the left, whatever it might be. So much nicer, Evan. So much nicer. You know, back in the day, too, like, you had to plug in the width of your implement a lot of the times. Now, everyone just, it's already there, right? Courseplay automatically detects it. And usually it's correct. Usually. And if it's not, it's probably the mod author's fault. And they got something, you know, funny programmed in it that create the mod correctly. Okay, 8 hours and 30 minutes on that combine, everyone. 8 hours and 20 minutes now already. Been harvesting for about 10 minutes, huh? Yeah, we're definitely going to smooth this out here for the next harvest, everyone. What I was told in the comments here, by the way, real life, Evan, it is because there are power poles here, it sounds like. So that's a pretty good distance between power poles, it seems like. But yeah, anyway. So for those of you who wonder what all these weird spots in the field, like it zigzags along here, that apparently is because there are power poles here. Now, no power poles in the game, everyone. So I think next time around, like I said, we're just going to plow straight across here. And, again, just goes to the level of detail here on this map, everyone. I think you got to keep in mind, everyone, we are playing on a 36x map. Would it be nice if there was more detail? Oh, absolutely, if you ask me. If the mod author would have taken the time to put all this detail into the map, that would be awesome. Now, one thing to maybe make note of, would you be able to play on the map if the map author put all that detail? That's a good question, but I don't know. Would the game be able to handle this size of map with all that detail? I would like to think so, Evan, if it was done properly. And when I say properly, Evan, if you look at any like the Giants designed buildings, Evan, a lot of times they have like all draw distances all set on them. So, if you're too far away, the buildings don't show up, right? Doesn't maybe look the best that way sometimes because you get closer, I'll say, boom, there's the building, right? But, whatever. But yeah, all the Giant stuff usually has draw distances set on them. And they're not like the highest of draw distances either, right, everyone? Some mod authors like to set really high draw distances on their mods. Or sometimes they just set like infinite ones. So, I don't know if anything on this map is like that or not. But, you'll be standing at one corner of the map, look across it, and you can see the building on the opposite corner of the map. So, because some mod author decided they needed an infinite draw distance on their building. Maybe looks nice that way, everyone, in some ways, but not good for your graphical performance, right? Yes, like I was saying, everyone. Combine stops, that 8 hours and 30 minutes. That is if the combine stays constantly running. Which, as you can see right here, it's not. Okay, let's bring the mother bin over here as well. Now, what I'm thinking I'm probably going to do, Evan, is I'm going to let the combines go around the field once. Once they're around the field, then I can pull this into the field and line it up with the trucks. Hopefully, yeah, that should be on the right side. Yes, that's on the right side. I'll look at the pipe to make sure that pipe's on the right side. It should be, so yes. I think our trucks are parked a little too close to the edge of the field here at the moment, so I can't fit the trucks and the mother bin here in between the field edge. We'll have to wait for the combines to finish their headland first, then we'll hop in there and, like I said, get this mother bin set up. Anyway, let's head over to the comment section here a moment. I haven't seen what you folks had to say here for last episode. Oh, and a reminder here before I read the comments. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. And, of course, if you like the video of it, you know what to do. Give her the old thumbs up there. And no, I'm not going to tell you folks what to do if you don't like the video. Too bad. Let's see. How are we going to turn around here? I think we're just going to have to turn around and drop. Driving in the corn. I think I don't have crop destruction turned on. For those of you who remember, a couple of series of maps back at one, we actually did some of that stuff where we actually played with crop destruction. We even played with stones, and I forget, what was there something else? That was crop destructions and stones turned on. Trying to think if we had anything else turned on, because there's a couple settings I usually turn off. But yeah, we actually played with field stones turned on. Now that didn't last real long. We played with field stones for a little bit before it's like, okay, nope, that's enough of this. We had to turn that rubbish off. And as I mentioned back then, we'll never turn stones on again. That's a guarantee of it. I can guarantee you folks that one. Unless some sort of miracle happens, I will never, ever play with stones turned on here again in Farming Simulator 22. We'll reevaluate that decision here, maybe in the next version of Farming Simulator, but at least for 22, never again, everyone. Now, crop destruction, I could arguably probably play with crop destruction turned on again. It doesn't really bother me too much, everyone. It's when we're doing stuff like this, that's usually when the crop destruction happens. And I know a lot of you folks always like to remind me, oh, but Randy, course play and hired workers don't destroy your crops. That's true if they're running. What happens when something goes wrong? And going back to our discussion earlier, I'm like, nothing ever goes wrong with course play, right? Sure. So yeah, when things go wrong, I know last time we played with crop destruction on we had a couple of pretty good instances where we lost some crop because course play or auto drive did something, which I'm not too happy about. Anyway, to the comments, Kevin. Christopher was saying, a good video, keep it up. Hey, thank you very much for that. Mathos will be proud. Going Mason here next. Mason's comment next. Mathos will be proud of you for cleaning up that missing spot. Why don't you place down a huge bin site on the farm? And smallest header on the biggest map. Okay, so bin site is... Again, I think we kind of talked about that here a few episodes back. The fields are so big, we got so much crop. Yeah, we can make more money if we put it in a bin and wait to sell it but we're not exactly hurting money-wise here, so... Especially, I think, once we're done with this harvest, we'll have plenty of money. If we needed the money for something, Evan, maybe, it might be one thing. We want to really maximize our profits here, but... Yeah, money-wise, we're not hurt too badly. RZZY was saying, sometimes I open my farm sim and it says I can't load the game XML. Deletes my save game. Oh, and it deletes your save game. Oh, okay. Oh, that's never good. He's trying to restore his save game. But can't loading the game XML has nothing to do with save games, though. That is the main game XML. That shouldn't have anything to do with your saves. I'm not sure why you wouldn't be able to load your saves, other than maybe the game XML is being reset and that's changing something somehow, but this sounds like a completely different issue to me. I'll have to see if I can respond to that comment. See if I can offer any helpful insights on that. Speaking of helpful insights, by the way, for anyone that would like to join us in on the RDAllen multiplayer servers, you can find that information down below in the description there. Again, anyone is welcome to join as long as you can play nicely, follow the rules. And again, if you want to join us, you're welcome to do so. Just join us in the RDAllen Teamspeak server. Information, again, down below. And once you're in the Teamspeak server, that's where you can find the information for actually joining the actual farming simulator multiplayer server. Download links for all the mods and all that good stuff. And then going back to our ZZY's comment here too, if you're having a problem with the game and you want to come over and ask questions, you're welcome to do so. We're usually pretty good at diagnosing game issues. So you're also welcome to just join us in on the live streams as well. You can find those over on Twitch, by the way. RDAllen on Twitch. So, if you need some game support, join us over there. We'll be happy to guide you. Hetro was saying, good video. Hey, thank you very much for that. Norton was saying, it seems like the worst time to sell is during harvest. Realistic, I guess. Yeah, it just kind of sort of is. Yep. It's probably not too far from the truth there on that one. Speaking of what, like soybeans, we're harvesting soybeans right now. Month of October, actually, it's not the worst. January is actually a little bit worse. It's not the greatest, though. By a significant amount. If you look at 52 at the low, they're 132 at the high. Oh, corn is yeah, don't sell corn in October, which is exactly what we're going to do, by the way. And I just looked over at the time. Unfortunately, it looks like it's about time to wrap it up for the fun here today. So make sure you come back next time, Evan. I am sure we will still be harvesting. Even if I play the rest of the night, Evan, it's an 8-hour harvest, Evan. There's no way I can finish this here tonight. So we're going to have to come back next episode, and we'll continue harvesting. hopefully we can put a pretty good chunk in it here. But again, everyone, thanks for watching. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, everyone, until next time.